What's up, Rich? You good? You just saying hello? Rich boy just said, come here so they know I'm not lying when I say it's you. You don't have to come on camera. I just want them to see you so they know. Come on over here. I just want this is Rich Paul. He was right here. I want them to know I'm not making it up when I was saying hello to you. That's all. Nice. Yes, stop it. It ain't nothing compared to you. You got my Adele tickets, bro?
I told you, that's easy.
All right. Do you have the tickets? Say yes. No. Come back on camera. Do you have the tickets? Do you have the tickets?
The tickets are yours.
The tickets are, no. Bend down so the camera sees you. Bend down so the camera can see you. That's right. Do I have the Adele tickets for Mad Dog Russo?
You have the tickets. They're done.
Thank you so much.
All good.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Could you do me a favor? I know that's a nice bag that you're wearing right there, but it still looks like a Target bag. Could you? I know that, but it still looked like a Target bag. Could you go back to your room?
It's a holiday spirit.
Okay, a holiday spirit. So you was Christmas shopping?
I'm doing some Christmas shopping.
Wow.
I can't give it away because.
Well, they don't know who you shopping for. They don't know what's in the bag. See, you just told me that. I didn't ask. You just told that you weren't shopping for your daughter. Now she probably guessed what you got her.
No, I have to clarify that.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. And you're not being cheap with her. I'm proud of you, bro. I like the sweatsuit too. I like that. I gotta give me one of those. Yeah, right. Is it yours?
You haven't worn mine yet.
Yeah, I'm not wearing something with your picture on it.
No, I gave you the green one.
I wore that, but I'm not wearing one with your picture on it.
I want to see you with your biceps.
I'm good to go. It's Rich Paul, y'all. Right here with Stephen A. on the Stephen A. Smith Show. ESPN YouTube. Before I get on out of here, let me go through some of these text messages. Tiffany Haddish, do your thing, girl. Don't worry about these people. Just welcome, listen. Don't even let them sweat. Don't let them break you. You too great, you too gifted, and you got too much of a lengthy future ahead of you to let anybody break you. But find that mentor and find that cheerleader. It could be one person. It could be a multitude of people. People who keep you from staying down in that abyss we ultimately all fall down into. You bigger and better than most of them. You already made it, girl. Don't even worry about them. Don't even worry about them. Let me get on, before I get on out of here, again, the number to call in, even though I'm not taking phone calls right now, that's 888-SAS-5303. When I get back to my studios this week, y'all can call in because I take live callers when I'm in there, all right? But let me answer some of these questions that some of these people want me to ask before I get on out of here. At WJ Bank, Z89 writes, what's the best NBA finals you've ever seen? For me personally, it was when Magic Johnson lost to the Boston Celtics. Magic Johnson and the Lakers lost to the Boston Celtics. I believe it was in '84 when Magic Johnson made back-to-back turnovers against Dennis Johnson and those boys, and he ultimately lost in the NBA Finals. It was a 7-game series. It was an absolutely phenomenal series, but Bird and McHale and Dennis Johnson and the crew were able to come out victorious, courtesy of a couple of turnovers from Magic Johnson, who was miserable because of that and was hell-bent on making sure that never happened to him again, because it was interesting and it made the next 5 years that much more scintillating to watch. At Oberst, OBERC 2022 writes, NBA MVP track has Joel Embiid number 1 right now. Do you agree with that sentiment? Is Embiid the MVP so far? I'm going to say yes. He looks absolutely sensational. He's averaging over 33 a game. He's the reigning league MVP. He looks absolutely positively unstoppable, even though Jokic is that dude. In 7 matchups, he's 5-2 against Jokic. He's averaging more points and rebounds, even though Jokic is averaging more assists and shooting better from the field than Embiid. But the bottom line is Embiid looks like a flat-out, straight-up superstar. I have to say that. But there are other candidates as well. Keep your eyes on Anthony Edwards. Keep your eyes on Halliburton for Indiana Pacers and the way he's playing as well. Just stay tuned with all of that. At YSL Fend, you know what? I'm not even reading this. It's just too much. It's too damn complicated, bro. Favorite gas station / convenience store snack as a kid versus adult? Well, my favorite when I was a kid was Skittles. Now my favorite is the sweet and sour patches, the watermelon flavor, watermelon flavor. Now, I know that I've been talking about losing weight, and I have, and being in shape, and getting there, and the whole bit, but I still got a sweet tooth. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely is true. Here's another question. At Brady Atkins _ is Dak the MVP favorite if the Cowboys win on Sunday? Interesting question. He will be one of the favorites, top 2, but do you give him the edge over Brock Purdy, who stomped him when they went against one another 42-10? I don't know if you can give him over Brock Purdy. I don't know if I can give it to anybody over Tyreek Hill of Miami with what he's doing, on pace to catch over 2,000 yards receiving. I know Tua's been getting him the ball, but who else is getting the ball to? Jalen Waddle and those brothers, they ain't Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is on another level. And I'm telling you right now, to me, he's a league MVP candidate. But him and Brock Purdy, but Dak Prescott is in the conversation. I'll go far enough to say that, to give you that, okay? But I ain't going any further than that, okay? Who's this guy right here? At Real Blake Bye, B-E-Y-E. Who's your favorite comedian of all time? My favorite comedian of all time in movies is Eddie Murphy. I mean, props to the great Richard Pryor, the late great Richard Pryor, the late great Robin Harris, all of those guys. Mad love for them the whole bit. I'm a huge Cat Williams fan. Love him. Love what he brings to the table. Kevin Hart's my brother. Love him dearly. All of those guys. But my favorite all-time comedian in film is Eddie Murphy. Beverly Hills Cop, 48 Hours. Talking about the Clumps. Don't get me started with Rasputia. You understand? And I mean, with the movies he's done, I mean, he's phenomenal. Eddie Murphy's phenomenal. That's in film, though. On television, it's Martin Lawrence. It's Martin. I mean, I can't get enough of Martin. I mean, I watched every season, every episode. Martin Lawrence was hysterical, absolutely fantastic. I often imitate his lines. I always give him props and credit for it. So I would tell you it's him. That's where I would be with that, okay? Martin Lawrence in television, Eddie Murphy in film. At Wolves Show, right. Stephen A., how do you approach a woman at a bar, Stephen A.? Well, first of all, I don't approach her. I don't have to. Number one. Number two, I don't need to. I'm spoken for. I'm good. That's number two. Number three, here's the issue with the bar. See, when you roll up to a woman at the bar, right, understand that puts you in a precarious position because you're automatically, and the ladies out there, I know y'all see me, how y'all do, how you do, and you with your men, so I want y'all to listen. My man, you don't need to be flexing. Just say hi. You don't need to be flexing. You don't do that. Okay, but let me tell y'all this, man, all right? Because I want the men out there with your ladies to listen, and ladies, just tell me if I'm wrong. See, when you roll up on a woman at a bar, okay, and now don't take the camera off me, keep it on me now. When you roll up to a woman at the bar, and keep this shot right here, because I'm going to stay with this camera. If you roll up to a woman at a bar, there's already a strike against you. Because you see, at a bar, it implies you drinking, right? And if you roll up to her there, your intentions are obvious. Because she might be a bit inebriated. She might be a little tipsy or whatever, and as a result, you viewing it as an opportunity to take advantage. Now, if she's that kind of chick, well, then she doesn't take it that way. But sometimes when you meet a woman at a bar, it's a little dicey. So your approach matters. And if you're saying at a bar, clearly that's where you're going to meet them. You'd be surprised who you can meet at the supermarket. You'd be surprised who you can meet at the malls. That's something that you should take into consideration for future reference rather than a bar. But if you're going to roll up to her at a bar, I think you should watch Hitch and learn from Will Smith. Now, I know that ain't a popular name to bring up with these particular matters in light of how he has been viewed over the last year plus, and I get that because clearly, whether it's the nose wide open syndrome or something else, he's not himself. But that Will Smith that showed up in Hitch, that went up to Paula Patton and gave her the money and asked for drinks. And she was like, hey, I don't work here. What he did? She was insulted. And he was like, I know. I was just trying to get you away from the rest of the fellas. And she saw how smooth that line was. I mean, ladies try to deny it, but they like a brother that's smooth. They like a brother that's got a little game. Am I right, ladies? A little game. I see your man looking at you up and down like, damn it, you better say yes. You better say because I'm supposed to have game. That's what he's saying to you, okay? And it's true. Now, some women will give you the impression that they like corny, but those are the women that want it safe. Those are the women like, I got relatives. I won't say their names. But they like men who are not that attractive. They like men. I'm not saying any names. They're relatives of mine, so I'm not telling my business. I'm not telling my family business. You understand? So distant relatives, distant relatives. Okay. My point is, they like ugly dudes because he's safe. You ain't got to worry about him stepping out on you. You ain't got to worry about him going nowhere. He's a safe bet. You ain't got to worry about anything because he lucky to have you, and he knows it because he doesn't have the confidence that he could go out there and get somebody else. But most women like some dudes with some swag that know how to talk to you, that got an approach, knows how to have a conversation, even when they're looking at you and you know they may want you and they may have objectified you. You still want to be able to look at him and say, he knows how to converse and have a conversation. He knows how to make me think he's thinking about something other than, TNA. That's what you got to make sure of. So if you're going to roll up on her at the bar, make sure you're prepared to have a conversation. There's nothing wrong with looking at her and saying, I think you're a very, very beautiful woman. Would you mind if I just sit here and have a conversation with you for a few minutes? There's nothing wrong with that. She may reject you, but if she's remotely interested, she won't. And then it'll be up to you based off of your conversation, whether or not she gives you a few minutes or a few hours or a few months or a few years. Depends on what you bring to the table. Do you have potential? That's what she's looking at you as. If not, but she's still around you, it's because she's objectified you every bit as much as you've objectified her. Now get on out of here. I'm Stephen A.